Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All! Ah, Mr. Wright, back again I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? That was Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator. Anyway, we're back because Acro's hiding away. His legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. Hey, you mind if I show you a picture of your brother? Okay, you apparently don't care. Well, no matter. I guess we'll just have to force the truth out of you, Acro. About the wheelchair. Have to ask, how were you injured? An accident? Really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Wait a minute. Leon isn't how Acro was. Leon was what happened to Bat, not... Unless you tried to defend your brother from the lion. That. Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Know I'm on the right track, just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the word I should be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. But it was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo must have told you. Yep, we learned about Bat from Mo, but he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. Suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That was where he slipped. That's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together. Like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. Still haven't broken Acro's last Psyche-Lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive.
Take that!
Regina? You always seem calm and collected. Until you start talking about her. Saying things like, she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. Phoenix, I don't think you're on the right track with this, but it's the only track I have. This. Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. You wrote this. Then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? Shit. Well, there goes one of my theories. Then if Regina wasn't upset about her dad killing her lion, it was you, Acro. You wanted to get revenge on Regina for what she did to your brother, or what you thought she did. And Russell Berry mistakenly believed that it was Regina leaving a note for him because she's the one that posted it. Huh. You intended to kill Regina Berry. Russell Berry showed up, you killed him, realized your mistake. That would track. Nice to have all of my, points back. So, my legs were injured by Leon. 6 months ago, my younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane! Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. That Leon was very old to begin with. And age had brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. That's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon jumped down, I jumped towards him, then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. That's the reason why I keep going. So, about Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. Oh dear. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He, Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grain. Nick, I know Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? It means we just lost a valuable piece of evidence because it hasn't been added to our court record. However, I believe the reason that Bat had pepper on him, causing Leon to sneeze, was not because he was pranking Regina, but Regina was pranking him. That scarf contains traces of pepper. Unfortunately, the prank went a little bit awry. I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Ms. Von Karma, I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro? A witness? Come, Acro. Let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. Almost as if the person who's playing this game has, a long time ago, watched a playthrough of... I said I watched a playthrough of the trilogy. Or, I think I said I watched a playthrough of the first game and stopped during Rise from the Ashes. But I'm fairly certain where I actually stopped was after the events of Turnabout Big Top. Or maybe during them. But this is where the limits of my Phoenix Wright knowledge are really starting to come in. I guess that's technically not true. There are some spoiler-related things I know from the later games, just because, well, they're big spoiler-related things, but they're so old, they're the kind of things fans talk about. Remember this great event from this game? But Turnabout Big Top is my last thing I genuinely know anything about. But clearly I don't know everything. I was still piecing together theories rather than knowing for certain that's what occurred. So, that being said, while this is just starting to come together for Phoenix, it's just starting to fall apart for me. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee. Regina, what are you doing here? Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess! You came to watch my performance today? Course I did! Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. We'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya. I'm sorry, I had to. Everybody, let's get ready to get started. I don't remember the voice of the Mo, but it's a legal limbo. Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Tack in the day starts with Angie every morning. Early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. You know what? That's decent. Here, Max brought you a present, some milk. Oh my, thanks. How are you today? Right. I've got a feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. Kind of always works out that way for me. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful, he's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you going to do then, Nick? Guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro into the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll really have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? Needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. Maybe an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Yikes. Okay. No pressure, right? Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Though I can never seem to get my tie straight with this suit. Now I'm ready, Your Honor. My tie is a little bit straighter. Not much, but enough. It's kinda like the edges itself are a little more crooked now, though. But at least it's relatively straight along here. Anyway, very well, Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Sounds about right. Order, order. I had too many root beers before this trial. I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor, the crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What he witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left to explain is how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You know what they say, it's less about, the size and more about how you use it. They say that, but I don't really know. I don't have much experience myself, because Von Karma is perfect and I wouldn't let a man anywhere near me in that way, because it'd ruin my perfection. Or I could just make a jab about Miles. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, just after 10 p.m. you were resting in your bed. Around that time you heard a thump outside your window. A few moments later, saw someone flying by your window. Max Galactica, you only saw him from behind. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see, but honestly there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. More I press him, less results I seem to get. Hey, add something to your testimony, please. There's a contradiction. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. She's right. Let's see some evidence. Any evidence to support your claim? Same thing that Mo said.
Take that!
You claim to have seen the exact same thing that Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The cell cat. What about the cell cat? Saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult, considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? You're saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model, made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order. As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. You okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Well, everyone has a grudge against Max. But, that's nothing special. The truth of the matter is that Acro is the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. As serious as I am every other time I accuse a witness. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. As my brother once said in a, actually it's definitely a fake quote image. You are not just a clown, you are the entire circus. Huh? Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary. He is staying rather calm and collected. I'm glad that this bird is drinking my sweat. It would really get in the way otherwise. It'd ruin the suit. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things... See, even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. Unless he committed the murder without ever leaving his room. She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man! Phoenix is a poopy head! See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. Yeah, you're right, Von Karma. This is enough of this little game for one episode. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.